But the inhabitants of the ghetto no longer believe Rומkobsky. On the 17th of August, the Gestapo takes over, using death sentences as a threat. Those Jews who do not follow the evacuation orders will be executed. The same day, Rומkobsky pleads for the last time with the ghetto inhabitants. It lies in your own interests and those of your relatives to report voluntarily for transport. In this way, you spare yourself a great deal of unpleasantness. Rומkobsky, who until the last believes that he can compromise with the Germans, sees his life's work fall apart. Even though he knows that his position will cease to be when the ghetto is disbanded, Rומkobsky follows his intentions to the end. In one of his last instructions to the ghetto, on August the 24th, 1944, he urges the Jews to switch off the lights when they leave the factories and houses, so that the Allied bombers will not find Lodz. This film sequence, taken by a German officer, is probably the only one still intact of the Lodz ghetto. The Lodz ghetto was the last in Poland to be liquidated. Most of the ghetto inhabitants died in annihilation camps. During the Nazi occupation, the Jews were confronted with severe difficulties involving moral choice. The extremity of the circumstances even made it impossible to define the relevant issue. But whichever road the Jewish leaders morally and ethically chose, they could not influence Nazi attitudes. The extermination of the Jews was to be completed. Even though he tried to appease the Germans until the end, Chaim Rומkobsky could not save the Jews of Lodz. How Rומkobsky's life ended is unclear. According to one version, he is put onto one of the last deportation trains from Lodz. He is deported together with his family and some colleagues from the ghetto administration. He is taken to Auschwitz, where the Germans complete his humiliation. Rומkobsky is stood on a podium, like a head of state. From his exalted position, he may see the Jews of Lodz 5 deep in line file past, on their way to the gas chamber. Later, the Germans take Rומkobsky into the camp. There, he is confronted with other Jews who have been deported from Lodz earlier. Without intervention from the Germans, Rומkobsky is brutally attacked and later murdered by his fellow Jewish prisoners.